Welcome back for Yugioh 5000 IQ discussion. Welcome back for part 2. So, without further ado, if you're enjoying my conspiracy theories, of course, like this video and comment. And, well, we've been through the top half, and if you haven't seen the first half of this video, please click back. It was uploaded yesterday. Should be labeled part 1 more than likely. Alright, let's dig on into some more cards that I feel should probably be changing on the next ban list. This is literally the most detailed shit I've ever done, so pardon the rocket science. Alright, we're gonna dig right on into this. So, I also think the Pot of Avarice needs to go to 1. I've had a lot of very, very important discussions with a lot of people about the overall effects of Avarice on the game. Yeah, Avarice recyclability is an issue, and it's also another card that says draw 2 cards. But with the amount of draw power and things like that, I think it can be fine. The OCG has definitely proven at this point that Avarice has been fine in their game for the longest time. And now the fact that Yugioh has sped up on such a degree that it actually is now, I don't see any inherent reason to even keep this card limited or banned at all in the TCG. I understand that it does promote unfair recyclability and things like that for combo decks, and cards being limited to 1, recycling them is not fair. But let's be real here, free Pot of Avarice, it's doing nothing. Now the next one is, I still think Dryden can go to 1. In the current game of Yu-Gi-Oh, we have Gumblar that has an interaction on the opponent's turn. We have Thunder Dragon Titan that is interacting with the opponent, look at me, on the opponent's turn, which is a lot of bullshit. And you know what? Titan's not limited to 1. Why are we punishing things? Okay, I understand normal summon, get a monster that you can overlay with and just ping stuff on your opponent's field. It's kind of cute, but Broad Bull's banned. Alright? Dryden has no reason to be locked up in the basement any longer. Alright? This is something I thought the OCG would have done first, but it's literally just a couple attack points. It's limited to 1 at this stage. You know, we may as well leave it that way. So I think Dryden has no place on the ban list anymore. Now Broad Bull and Dryden in the same format, no, that doesn't seem fun, but Dryden can come back to 1. I don't understand that. So that completes the cards limited to 1. Now going to 2 is Malicious. Oh boy. Do you guys know why Malicious was originally limited? Because it was abusable in synchro decks. Oh, what are we doing with Malicious now? We're fucking linking with it. Oh, it's almost like we're doing the same thing that Malicious was originally bad for. Put the card back to 2. Alright, I don't think at this stage in the game Malicious is very dangerous for the game. And like I said earlier, I think the Grepher and Armageddon Knight are going to be actual physical collateral damage to just going through and killing Malicious. They're going to be like, no, we're going to hit the whole dark package, the whole shebang. Malicious needs to go back. This has been ridiculous for the longest time, and I don't personally get why the card even moved to 3. We even got BA now abusing it. Okay? It doesn't even go in Burning Abyss. Now, also moving to 2 by limiting Malicious, I think Stratos can come back to 2. We've seen Stratos at 2 in the OCG for a while now. Stratos for Stratos is pretty cute, but it doesn't really further your game state. Considering how fast the current game is, you snap your fingers, oh look, somebody at the table across from you is probably already dead. That's the sound of drawing for turn and making a board. In actual time, it takes about 15 minutes to make a board while going down your decision tree. But Stratos is another card that if you inherently limit Malicious back to 2, Stratos has no further reason to be limited to 1. Like I said, Stratos for Stratos popping a back row. Card's not as good as it is, and it also further promotes the hero theme. But the Stratos is probably going to remain at 1 in all actuality, but this is just something that I was taking from the OCG. I'm like, card's not really doing anything. We don't really have any reason to keep it where it is. Now, previously I had banned every burn card that I could think of that has to do with tributing monsters. So I also wanted to loosen up on the umbilical cord for ASL Core. Now, this is under the assumption that we have truly hit every essential combo abuse card that double A could abuse. The old loop of A with A was pretty adorable, but if you take care of the cards that made the existential loop broken, Firewall. I don't see any reason to not give back more pieces to ABC. People just want to play ABC, man. It was a very good cheap budget deck. I don't see any reason to keep it from them. You're still keeping it to 2, not 3 copies at this current point in time. I don't see any issues by loosening up that restriction. And if somebody is going to pull off the infinite loop, good luck. Now, this one didn't make sense to me. Hybrid Librarian is still limited to 1. And I was thinking about it, I'm like, does making double Librarian actually change things? Because it's like, you have to make a Librarian and you have to make a Link Monster, and you have to be able to, have 2 zones that you can make double Librarians to, and then you have to abuse a card to make more Librarians. I was thinking about it, it's like, I feel like it's just limited at this point because it's a draw card. I don't see any reason. Just move Hybrid Librarian to 2. Like, you're just keeping more things locked up that really have no real need to be. I mean, I guess you can technically make one and then get rid of it and then make another and then Monster Reborn it, or Soul Charge, I guess. Soul Charge would be kind of broken with it, but that's another paradigm. I didn't touch Soul Charge this list. I just was just like, fuck it. If you guys want to keep it, you can keep it. Now, next up on this list, we actually have Spiral Drone. I was thinking about this also. When you look at the OCG drone has been at 2 for a little while, and it has fundamentally done nothing. Moving drone to 2 does not mean that you should play a machine dupe in the deck. That's blasphemy. Alright, if you're trying to max out on machine dupes for the 1 drone that you drew to be able to activate the machine dupe to bring out the second copy of drone, good on you. Alright, you're being really innovative today. But I don't think that is the way to go about it. I think drone to 2 just slightly makes Spiral a little bit more consistent. I mean, we're taking away a lot of the ways that a lot of decks kind of have to interact with things. So I think, honestly, by moving these things around, I don't see why Spiral can't just get drone back to 2. Like, it's fine. Now, next up on this list is a combination package of Aether and It's Just a Prank, Bro. So, we've seen that things like Thunder Dragon Titan exist in large numbers. Okay, cool. Playing Yugioh on the opponent's turn is kind of cute. OCG has had multiple Aether now for, what, a format and maybe 2, and it's done nothing. Monarchs inherently are too slow, and I will eventually want these cards moved to 3. But for introductory sakes, we take the very passive approach to these things, and we slowly remove the restrictions from these lists. And by putting Pantheism and Aether back to 2 each, I think you inadvertently spark a Monarch thing. Now, I understand domains still exist, and themes that promote your opponent not to play the game are often bad for the game. But once again, these 2 cards are existentially doing nothing in today's metagame, so we can take off limitations on them and allow players to once again to play them. Now, next up, Sky Striker limitations of Widow Anchor and Engage. I personally think that we're just going to get the OCG treatment on this deck. They just kind of slap it on the wrist because we still have Thunder Dragons at full power here. And the fact that Altergeist and Thunder Dragons are at the top of the food chain at the moment, well, yikes. Widow Anchor and Engage to 2 allows the engine to remain playable. It remains it to be probably a decent deck. If you limit one of the cards, I think if you limit Engage to 1, the deck is dead. At least by doing this, we allow it to remain a fundamentally competitive deck. I don't see any real issue with needing to do that. We might not even get a Sky Strike limitation because of the way the current format is. But outside of that, I mean, just cleaning up loose ends here. So that's all I have going to 2. That's a lot, right? Unlimited. This is only 1 card, and it's Dark Destroyer. I was thinking about it for a little while. I'm like, Dark Destroyer is a fantastically broken card, but the rest of the Cosmo deck, not so spicy. I honestly think that, once again, this card has no reason to even be restricted at this point, other than, oh no, it's a spaceship, it's untargetable, and it allows you to play the game on your opponent's turn. That's really about it. So I'll give it up for Dank Daddy. Like, he can come back. Okay, that's it. That's my list. Now, honorable mentions are gold sarcophagus. I was thinking about this, and honestly, I understand the Thunder Dragons are fundamentally an issue at this current point in time, but because of their performances and things like that, Konami might choose not to touch the deck because A, it's too new. They keep reprinting Gold Sark every other day. Like, it's ridiculous. But obviously, Gold Sark is on my watch list, and the same thing for Multifaker. I think, honestly, Multifaker, Altergeist aren't doing that much at the moment. There's no real point in punishing the players that want to play. Obviously, personal bias included. Like, I don't like Altergeist. I think Multifaker needs to go too. We just need to bump it on the face and just get rid of the deck. But that's my own personal 2 cents. So do you guys agree with these lists or not? Please leave a comment down below. Voice your 2 cents if I missed anything. But Rob, you didn't mention Firewall. Yeah, I did. I think the card should be banned. It's not going to be, though. This is the logical list. So, alright, guys. Karibo hat wearing Robbie. Signing out. Deuces. The ride never, well, truly ends. Thank you, patrons. Without you guys, I don't know what I'd be wearing in these videos. I might be a truffle shuffle incident all over again. Guys, please also check out Vanquil40 for some awesome Vanguard content. Some other interesting stuff you might find up here on the left or in the description as well. Thanks for watching.